Let's try recreating this apartment as best as we possibly can. So I usually start out with a plain landscape and then I add to it later on. So basically in the photo, it's a second story apartment, but I'm building it on the first floor because I really didn't want to build two stories. So I built it ground level or on the first floor. And if I do say so myself, it turned out exactly as the photo. I have no complaints in regards to it. Don't you just love when you're building and everything is turning out exactly as the photo or exactly as you wished it was? The windows were custom made, but that's fine. The cabinets or the cupboards, well, I think cabinets are at the bottom, cupboards at the top. So cabinets, one was yellow and one was white in the photo. I'm like, I don't like how that looks, and if I upload this to the gallery, people are probably gonna think I'm cuckoo. So I decided to go with all yellow. And for the curtains in the picture, they were white curtains with a floral pattern on it, and I did find something similar, but I couldn't find one that had that singular rail or one that was wide enough that I could place it the exact way it was in the photo. So I decided to go with those curtains. And it wouldn't be me if I didn't add my alarm systems all around the house. It is a sim build and I think it's definitely practical. In the picture, there's also a brown closet, and I feel like the aesthetic inside the build is more of that creamish yellowish color, so I went with that dresser instead, and I'm happy. Well, not dresser, closet, and I'm happy with it. I also couldn't find the exact furniture color. It's this darker wood, orangish type of wood color, and I couldn't find it, so I decided to go with furniture of a little bit more toned down neutral. And in the picture, there was this huge AC-like unit. I didn't want to place something. I didn't see the point in placing something that wasn't practical, so I added the thermostat because at least my sim can use it. And then the books, I found these, a blue book, as you see, you saw a while ago, but I decided to use that one instead. Um, there was also on the wall, there were hooks, but with nothing on it, and I couldn't find any hooks in the game without anything on it. So I decided to go with that one with the raincoats on it. And lucky for me, I found the exact flower pot. When I saw this in the picture, I was like, yes, we have that in the game. No problem. Happy thoughts. So I moved on over to the bathroom and it had that floating sink, so I was really happy that I found that, and I think that looks close enough to glass. It doesn't, but I went with that instead. It's just a shelf. In the picture, it is a glass frame. The mirror, the sim probably won't be able to use it unless they're tall. The mirror was higher, but I wanted it to look exactly like it did in the picture. So if you do download this build, you could go ahead and adjust as needed. And in the bathroom, I did add that shelf type of thing because I don't have the other shelf that was in the picture. So I wanted to add something there, and I did. So on the outside now, the outside of the build, I just went with anything basic I could think of. You know, whatever I could think of. So right now I'm just adding a couple of random things all around. My neighbor's dog. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, so right now I'm just adding a couple things on the outside, but the inside is complete. And I'll show you how that turned out in a few minutes. But I didn't want to upload. I could, but I didn't want to upload it to the gallery without a couple things just hanging around on the outside. I do that sometimes for my build, but I didn't want to do that this time with this one. I just wanted to add a couple things around. So all I'm doing right now is just adding a couple trees here and there and a couple things all around. A good tip is whenever you're building a patio or a deck outside, just remove the floor and use terrain paint to fill in that space. And you have so many options for terrain paint that you could have that fake illusion of having tile or concrete or whatever it is on the outside. For this build, especially for starter homes, you could definitely remove it, make it smaller, change some of the objects, make them cheaper. And this is how it turned out, and I think it looks really good on the outside. Something else that I do is I shrink down pool lights and I add them in various places all over the build. Sometimes I add them in the bushes, sometimes I add them on the grass, and it definitely gives this little twinkle to the build that looks really pretty. And it kind of reminds me of solar lights in real life, like those solar lamps that you place outside. So yeah, if you wanted to check out this build, I did place it on the gallery under my EAID Stressrobot, and I saved it as a small home. So inside, it definitely looks exactly like it does in the picture. I have no complaints about it at all. In the kitchen, we were lucky enough to get the yellow cabinets and cupboards, and the stove looks the same. The refrigerator looks the same. Everything just looks good. I like it. The curtains came out great. The window, the doors, the closet. We couldn't find the exact one, but I think it works out in this build. There was also a AC unit, and I placed the thermostat because I mean it works. If I place something fake from debug, it probably wouldn't work. So I liked it. Having the TV like this is definitely also interesting to me because I've never placed a TV on a dresser like that before. So I think just watching my Sims laying in bed and watching TV like that will be nice to see. Another thing with the hooks, it's there, but I've never placed something like that before. I tend to not place things that aren't really practical, but definitely for decor, it's good. We had the exact sink, the exact mirror, like in the picture, but I couldn't find the shelf that they had in the corner. It was a white shelf, small, typical in most bathrooms, but I couldn't find it. So I used that one instead. So yeah, so this is how the build turned out. I have no complaints and I'm really happy with it. So I really hope you guys liked it. All right, so thanks a lot again for watching, guys. I hope you all have a great one. Bye!